Good morning to one and all. I am Parthiban, working as an assistant professor in the Department of ECE, Sri Muthukumar Institute of Technology, Mangadu, Chennai. Now I am going to talk about the subject called satellite communication, which is coming under the regulation R 2021. The subject code is CEC 352. Now I am going to talk about the Unit 5, but about the satellite applications. So we are going to start with Intelsat series. What is Intelsat? What it stands for? It is nothing but the International Telecommunications Satellite Organization, that is called Intelsat. Another one is there, that is called INSAT. It is nothing but the Indian National Satellite System. The organization was created in the year 1964 and it has currently over 140 member countries and more than 40 investing entities. In July 2001, the Intelsat became a private company, providing end-to-end solutions through a network of teleports, through fiber, through POPs around the globe. Then, coming on to the INSAT series, which is nothing but the Indian National Satellite System, is a series of multi-purpose geostationary satellites that is launched by ISRO for the purpose of telecommunication, broadcasting, meteorology, as well as search and rescue operations. So naturally, the INSAT is a very important milestone in the Indian space history. Actually, it was commissioned in the year 1983, particularly for the Asia Pacific region. It is a joint venture of Department of Space, Department of Telecommunication and Indian Meteorological Department as well as All India Radio and Doordarshan. The overall coordination management that will give you the INSAT series. INSAT provides various transponders in the bands of C, S as well as extended C and KU band to provide telecommunication as well as TV needs of India. Some of the satellites also have a very high resolution radio meter. The CCD cameras particularly meant for meteorological imaging are imbibed with that. The satellite also incorporates various transponders for receiving a distress alert signal for search and rescue operations in the South Asian region as well as in the Indian Ocean region. So ISRO is a member of COSPAS SARSAT program. In the next, we are going to see about the Indian satellite system that was commissioned with the launch of INSAT 1B, that is the series first in the August 1983. INSAT 1A was the first satellite that was launched in April 1982, but it could not fulfill the mission. We can say it is a failure one. So the INSAT system ushered a revolution in India's television and radio broadcasting as well as telecommunication and meteorological services. It has enabled the rapid expansion of our TV system as well as modern telecommunication system to the even remote areas and offshore islands. Particularly, the INSAT was developed for India is a country with a vast region. That is, it contains mountains, forests, deserts, islands, and remote villages. So INSAT can able to connect all these remote areas by improving the broadcasting techniques. Actually, it will also support the weather forecasting as well as the emergency communication services. So these objectives are fulfilled by means of INSAT in the domains of telecommunication, broadcasting, meteorological as well as search and rescue operations. So the main organization that is involved in INSAT is nothing but the Department of Space, we can say, that is DOS, and DOT, Department of Telecommunication, as well as Indian Meteorological Department, as well as All India Radio and Doordarshan. So the coordination committee ensures the proper establishment of satellite communication among the Indian region, or we can say the Southeast Asia region. So insert 1A is the first one in 1982, insert 1B in 1983. So insert revolutionized the TV, radio and other broadcasting services. So there are around 10 satellites that remained operational in the insert program till now. So insert 2E was the final satellite in the insert 2 series. Actually, it carried 17 C-band and extended C-band transponders, particularly used for telecommunication and TV broadcasting. Then insert 3A that was launched in the year April 2003 that will have the vehicle called Ariane launch vehicle. So that is also plays a crucial role in the field of communication. It is using the normal C-band and extended C-band. Particularly, it has the coverage area of Middle East, Indian subcontinent as well as Southeast Asia region by means of CCD cameras. In the INSAT 3D series, it was launched here in the year July 2013. So actually, it covers the region of India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives, Nepal, Sri Lanka, as well as Tanzania. The importance of INSAT 3D lies with the cyclone tracking, monsoon monitoring, weather forecasting, and disaster management. So the INSAT 3 was launched in the year 2003. So it has also have a very strong received signal base as well as extended C-band and C-band coverage. So Kalpana 1 is the one of the most important India's meteorological satellite that was launched in the year 2002 by using the PSLV. So the original name it was called initially MedSat, later it was renamed as Kalpana 1. So what are the various applications of this Kalpana 1? Actually for cyclone detection, rainfall monitoring, cloud tracking, weather forecasting and disaster warning system. So these are the various applications of INSAT systems. So INSAT supports our TV communication, telecommunication, weather forecasting, disaster warning, as well as the education through distance learning program, as well as health monitoring systems, health monitoring and governing system. So in the conclusion, we can say Intel SAT system transformed the global communication, whereas our INSAT system transformed India by providing an effective communication, broadcasting, meteorological and disaster management, as well as search and rescue services. So these are the very important aspects that we can cover in the lecture. So naturally, with this, I am winding up the lecture. Thanking you for one and all hearing my lecture.